I survived 100 days lost at sea. I was out on a fishing trip with my best friend Sharky when a storm hit. The boat took a beating and eventually it started to take on water. I managed to set up my life raft and climb inside, but during the madness, I lost Sharky. After a few days floating at sea, I hit a sandbank outside a small group of islands. Now that I found land, I have 3 main objectives. 1. Find Sharky and rescue him, if he's still alive. 2. Find Barako, the Sun Chief, and steal his mask to harness the power of the sun. 3. Fight and kill the evil pirate Captain Sparrow, who wishes to take these islands for himself. Do I have what it takes to survive 100 days lost at sea, or will I become shark food? Stay tuned to find out what happens next. Day 1, and I had hit some kind of sandbank right beside a small group of islands. I had no idea where I was or what happened to my best friend Sharky. I decided to swim to the closest island beside me and take a look around and see if I could find shelter from this storm. I had made it onto the island, but there doesn't seem to be any sign of life. I was beginning to lose hope when I found these little guys. Sorry, chicks, but it's either me or you. Now I have some food, but no shelter. I decided to chop down some trees to make myself one. After I got plenty of wood, I made myself some wooden tools and weapons just in case. I made my way to this side of the island. This is where I can build my shelter, close to the water and a straight shot to the next island. My base was pretty basic, nothing too crazy for day 1, but I will add to it as the days go on. After I had my base made, I dug up some sand to make some windows. No point living on an island if I can't take in the views. I found some cobblestone and mined it. Then I made charcoal by burning logs with wooden planks. These guys last way longer than normal coal. Stuck my food on to cook. Then I put the sand on to make some glass. While my glass was being made, I took another look around. That's when I found it. Not only another island close by, but by the looks of it, a shipwreck. I wonder if it was because of the storm. I had to swim out and check it out. Eventually, I made it out, but it was tough swimming during these conditions. When I got there, I noticed even more islands in the distance. Maybe Sharky is on one of them. Anyway, I dove down to see what I could find in this wreck and boom! I found a chest. Inside was a music disc. I guess I'll take it. After further inspection, I found these 2 furnaces and 2 note blocks. I grabbed them all. You never know what you'll need to survive out here. I made it back to my shelter and went inside. I put the glass in and boom! 100% dry and safe shelter. Something tells me this was going to be the easiest day of my 100. On day 2, I chopped through the grass to find some seeds. After I dug up some dirt to make my farm and plant my seeds. Then I made a little area beside my base so I could use the water to help grow my crops quicker. Big brain, huh? After the boring stuff was done, my farm was good to go. I chopped down this tree to have some extra wood and also to make a little boat for myself. Now I could move easily between each island, but first I needed to make a landmark so I would know which island has my base on it. I made some torches with my charcoal. Then I built a large X to mark the spot with my wood and used the torches to illuminate it. Yes, I should be able to see that, no problem. I got into my little boat and I set off on my first island hopping adventure. I made it to the next island and I took a look around. It didn't take me long to find this guy, another shipwreck. Geez, that storm really wiped us out. I used the vines to climb up. Then I went inside the captain's room and I found this chest. Another music disc. I went around to the front of the boat and found this trap door. Inside, I found more chests. I got a book, nether warts, and some gold nuggets. Cool! Then I found this guy, an iron trapdoor. I broke it using my pickaxe and I went inside. Nothing I already didn't have. As I was heading back to my boat, I found some iron. Boom! I was going to keep going, but the weather took a turn, so I decided to head on home. Wait, what was that? It looked like a person, but kind of see-through. My eyes must be playing tricks on me. Now that I got back to my island and I couldn't leave because of the storm, it's time to upgrade my tools and camp. I was about to go inside when I saw something floating in the water. What was it? I jumped into my boat and went out to it, and would you look at that? It's a sheep! I killed it and I took the meat and wool. Now all I need to do is find 2 more to make a bed. Days 3 to 5, I got to work searching the closest islands around mine. I found more shipwrecks with random stuff inside. Some of them were above ground and ran ashore. Looks like treasure to me. Some were not as easy, but they did have some great loot. like this diamond and a blaze rod. Interesting. By the end of day 5, I had some great loot. I found more blaze rods, some more diamonds, lots of leather, and more iron to make better tools. I also found some potions, like this night vision one, and a potion of water breathing. Jackpot. It wasn't until day 6 when the thirst kicked in. I guess I had been working on reserves and adrenaline, but now I was hella thirsty. I looked around my island for a fresh water source, but I couldn't find anything. I went to the next closest island to look, but unfortunately, it ended with the same result. Me, thirsty and hungry. I was about to get into my boat and head back when I got desperate and I did the unthinkable. I drank seawater. Yuck! Even though it tasted so gross and it will eventually make me sick, it did the job for now. I made it back to the camp when an idea hit me. What if I made some glass bottles to store the water in? Then I might be able to boil them and make fresh water. I got some water from the sea and I put it to the test. 2 minutes later and boom! I had a bottle of purified water. I spent the rest of the day building up my water stash, and now all I needed was some more food. I spent the next 3 days searching for food. I visited every island close to me to gather as much as I could. I found a good few chickens between the islands and a pig or two. These guys must have fell off a cargo ship or something. By day 10, I had plenty of food. Now all I needed was to make it back to my base and cook it all. After a full day in the water, I found home. I went inside and started to cook all my food. Oh, also, I totally have enough wool to make my bed, so I did that. Time for some well-earned rest. On day 11, I decided to go out further and try and find a better spot for my camp and farm. If I was going to survive here, I needed to find better shelter. I took some supplies, some food, and water, and I got into my boat and set sail. This island was okay, but it was pretty much the same as the one I was on, so I kept moving. I found this place not long after, and it still had some chickens on it, so I scooped them up. Then I chopped down the cactus. I don't know why, but maybe I could use it as some kind of defense. I finished chopping the cactus when I found these. No way were there carrots growing here. Jackpot! I gathered all the carrots I could find, and there was a few. The sun was coming down when I found this, some kind of cave, but inside there was soul sand, netherrack, and some redstone. It's like a nether cave, but in the overworld. What was going on here? I gathered it all up in case it came in handy later. I kind of got lost on my way back, and I stumbled across this place. I got in closer, and without much searching, I found this cave. Inside was secure, and it had some gold ore and a block of TNT. This would be perfect. And by the looks of this island, there are animals and plenty of places to start my farm. Over the next few days, I took apart my original camp and farm, making sure to grab everything. I chopped down all the trees on the island so I had extra wood to start my ship build from my new base. And after that was done, I set up my new cave base. Plenty of chests and torches to keep the bad guys out. I got my farm ready at the water level and planted all my new seeds. And finally, on day 15, I set down my bed inside my new camp and got some sleep. That was a busy few days. On day 16, I took a look around my new island, and boy was I happy I moved here. Not only did I find a ton of bunnies, I also found melons and more stacks of iron. This island was looking like the best decision I've made so far. But at nighttime, that was all about to change. That night before I went to sleep, I could hear something outside. I swore it was some kind of bell. I ran outside and I couldn't see anything. Then I noticed it. I had no idea if I was dreaming or not, but it looked like someone or something was on the island with me. And it kind of looked like that thing I saw on day 3 or 4. I went over to investigate when it attacked me! Ah! I ran for my life, but eventually I had no choice but to confront it. What in the name of Minecraft is going on? This guy looked like a ghost pirate. Oh my gosh! After a short battle, I got the better of him. Something tells me he won't be the last ghost pirate I find here. I got back inside my cave and I decided to use the cactus to create a safe barricade until the morning time. After the attack by the ghost pirate on day 16, I spent 3 days gathering up enough wood to build myself a real boat to get out of here. Once I had everything from my camp and my boat, I jumped on and got going. So long, island! It must have been day 19 when yet another storm hit, except this time, I was at the mercy of the winds. I did everything I could to try and stay on some kind of course, but there was nothing much I could do apart from hold on. Eventually, on day 21, just before nightfall, I found land. I had no idea where I was, and I had no idea if this island had any life on it at all. Eventually, I landed on the beach. My boat was still in good shape and I was alive, so I guess I was winning. Although I did lose a lot of my supplies to the sea over the last few days. I hiked up the mountain a little bit to see if I could get a better view of the land, but so far, nothing. Well, apart from that huge volcano-looking thing across the way. By the time I reached the top of the mountain, it was dark. I needed to find shelter. I glanced over the edge and wow, what is that and who are those guys? They look like some kind of ancient tribe. I had no idea if they were friendly or not, and I was not about to stick around and find out. I found this little cave on my way back down, so I went inside. I set up my bed and made myself a little campfire. I lit it with my flint and steel that I made while at sea, and I snuggled in for the night. On day 22, the first thing I wanted to do was hide my boat somewhere less obvious. Yes, this place should do it. Then I got to work finding more food, and boy was this island packed with it. I mean, look, there were chickens for days. I walked a lot to try and get a good look at the land, but it just kept going. I would be so doomed if I got lost in this place. And after about 5 or 6 days of hiking, I found this place. Man, look how beautiful it is. Right now, it looks like the perfect place to set up a little camp and do some fishing. By day 30, I was in a pretty good spot. I had plenty of purified water and enough food to survive a couple of weeks. I kinda didn't know what to do with myself. On day 31, it all changed. I was minding my own business, picking some mushrooms when the tribespeople surrounded me. How did I not even hear them? Ninjas. I tried talking my way out of it, but they didn't speak English. Oh great, I'm totes dead for sure. After all that, I was in jail. Well, kinda jail. Tribes jail, if you will. Man, there was lots of these guys around here. I had no idea how I was going to escape or what they were going to do to me, but I knew I didn't have much time to figure it out. Over the next 8 days or so, I observed these guys. I watched everything they did. From dinner time to bedtime, where they slept and who stayed watch, to random rituals or worship when they praised to their sun god, whoever that was. It seems that even in the middle of the night, they kept watch over their land, including me, their prisoner. After a few days, I realized that at sundown every day, they ran to the north side of the camp and praised the sun as it disappeared behind the mountains. This is it. This is how I would escape. At sundown tomorrow, I'll make my move. Here we go. Sunset on day 41. The tribesmen were about to go and worship the sun god any second now. Any second. Yes! There they go! It's now or never. I had to make a move. I walked out the back of this cell thing and immediately went into the hut closest to me. When I went inside, I found a chest and boom! It had most of my stuff in it. They did take some of my food though. Thieves. I was about to leave when I noticed the trap door. My gut told me to go down, so I did, and when I got there, I was in shock. Tony! He was on one of the other fishing boats.
Little Kelly, is that you? I can't believe it. Are you here to rescue me?
Not exactly, Tony. I have to rescue myself first. Where is Sharky? Is he here too?
No, he's not. He's gone, little Kelly, and I will be too if the sun god chooses me for his next midnight snack.
No, what do you mean he's gone? And who is this sun god you're talking about? You mean these tribesmen?
I mean, the last time I saw him, he was being bundled into some kind of ghost ship by a load of ghost pirates. The tribesmen tried to fight them off, but they're just too powerful for them. Without their sun god to protect them, I assumed that it was just my dehydration kicking in and that I was seeing things, but I haven't seen him since.
Oh no, that was not your imagination. A ghost pirate attacked me the other day, so I ran and I ended up here. This isn't good, Tony. Not to mention our little tribe friends above. Speaking of which, I need to get out of here before they realize I'm missing. Do you know where the sun god is? Maybe he can help me find Sharky. Come on, you need to come with me.
I can't go on the run with you, little Kelly. My left leg, it's broken. Once you find Sharky and you find a way off this stinking island, come back for me. Promise you'll come back for me?
I promise, Tony. I will come back for you. I climbed back up and went outside. Yikes, they were already onto me. Run! After about 3 hours, I made it away from the tribes guys and I was safe from them. But this cold and snowy weather would have me frozen to death in no time. I grabbed what I had in my inventory and I made a little fire. Then I used some wood I had to make myself a little roof for some shelter for the night. Now all I have to do is survive the cold, find the sun god on this island, convince him to help me rescue my best friend, fight the ghost pirates to save Sharky, and then figure out my way home. Easy peasy. Over the next 2 and a bit weeks, I found and attacked every tribesman outpost I could find. I needed to find the sun god to save Sharky, but every single one came up empty. Only these little funny guys in each one. Where is he? I was beginning to lose my patience. The only cool part is they drop these masks every time. I was beginning to have a nice little collection. Until finally, on night 59, in the middle of yet another storm, something hit me. No, not these guys. An idea hit me. What if Mr. Sun God was up inside this volcano? That kind of makes sense, right? I started to climb up. The weather conditions made it very dangerous, and if I fell from this height, I'd be a goner for sure. But eventually, on night 60, I made it to the top, and there he was, the Sun God, also known as Barocco. Wait, is that? Oh my gosh, it is! It's Tony! What does the Sun God have Tony in a cage above the volcano for? Oh my gosh, there's too many of them. I was never going to win this fight. Wait, let me try something. Maybe if I wear one of these masks, I could blend in and then ask him for the blessing or power or whatever. I reached the other side of the volcano and now I had a direct shot towards the sun god, Barocco. I put on my mask of fury and I went for it. Eek! It worked! They had no idea who was behind the mask. Now I can get close to the sun god and make a trade. I stuck right past the tribesman and right in front of Barocco. Rubba-booga, yuka-booga? Oh man, do you speak English? I don't understand. I need the power of the sun, and I hear you're the man to ask. Maybe we can make a trade? Yeah, I still don't understand. Wait, Tuka means gold. Hold on, if I get you some gold, you'll trade the sun's blessings with me? Amazing! Well, at least I think you agreed. I'll be back soon, okay? Don't move. That's it! I now needed some gold to trade for the blessing of the sun, or whatever it's called. I spent the next 9 days searching every mine I could find below these mountains in the hunt for some gold. I didn't know how many pieces I was going to need, so I grabbed them all. It was hard work, but I was making good progress. I even managed to find some emeralds for my troubles. I'll take those too. You never know what I could use them for. And by day 68, I think I'd found more than enough. Not to mention enough diamonds to make some weapons and upgrade my armor. I spent days 69 and 70 melting my gold ore into ingots and building solid gold blocks. Of course, I also got some sleep in there too. Day 71 and I was about to start my climb back to the top of the volcano when I came across another watchtower thing. I put on my rage mask and walked right in. This thing was so OP. I climbed to the top and I found a chest with bows and arrows. It looks like the bows are enchanted too. Awesome. I finally got to the top to talk with the sun god again, but this time I had his gold. Or at least I think Tuka means gold. I walked right up to him and I showed him the gold. It worked! He'll make the trade. I gave him the gold and then, wow! I feel stronger. I feel invincible. I now have the sun's blessing. I was now strong enough to fight the ghost pirates and save Sharky. Oh yeah, Tony. Sorry, Tony, you'll have to hang out there a little bit longer, okay? I don't have a ladder. Yikes, he must be very warm. Day 72, I arrived back on my boat, only now I have the power of the sun behind me, and I know exactly what I'm looking for. A pirate ghost ship! Well, here goes nothing. I hope Tony will be okay until I make it back. He'll understand, right? I sailed around during the day looking for the ghost ship that has Sharky, but 5 days in and still no luck. I tried smaller islands just in case they had some kind of port area, but still nothing. Then finally, on day 80, when I went to anchor off this little island to get some sleep, I found these 2 ghost pirate ships. And by the look of them, they are packed with ghost pirates. I can't believe it! I finally found them! I found some ivy at the back of the pirate ship, so I used that to climb up. These thinking pirates didn't waste much time trying to kill me, but I am a woman on a mission. Not today, pirates, not today. After beating all the ghost pirates, I took a look around and man, this ship was full of awesome loot. Emeralds, ghost blocks, and rum. Jackpot! Then downstairs at the bottom of the boat, I found this guy. Looks like those ghost pirates took this poor villager and locked him in a cage. Run free, my guy. I hope he can swim. I did the same with the next ghost ship. And after all that fighting, still no Sharky. Something tells me it's gonna be a long few days. Days 81 to 98, I sailed the 7 seas. Yar! I was trying to find Sharky, but all I kept finding was these ghost ships with prisoner villagers inside. I mean, it was super convenient that the pirate ships were see-through. That way I didn't have to fight my way onto them to see who the prisoner was. I just pulled up to the back. And on day 95, I was hoping that Sharky was on one of these 3 ghost ships. But after checking them all, he wasn't. Just more angry dead pirates. Great. The oceans are just too big for me to search them all. And now that the storm is rolling in, it was time for me to head back towards land. Until day 99, when sailing for land, I found it! The mothership. Of course it was surrounded by smaller ghost ships, but I knew Sharky was on the big one. Now all I need to do was find a way on. And eventually I found it. This ladder took me all the way onto the boat, and that's when I realized I was totally outnumbered! Ah! I was running for my life when I felt this surge of energy. The sun blessing. I think it's kicking in. I turned and faced my enemies and wow! Did you see that? Some kind of sunbeam came out of my eyes. Okay, now I'm totally OP. I made light work of the rest of the guys on deck. I even summoned up some lighting to take these guys out. After that was done, I made my way down this ladder and finally, I found him! Sharky! It looks like this guy is looking for a fight first. Bring it on, buddy! Take some of this! My sunbeam eyes made light work of those guys. Now for the captain. We circled for a minute and then we went for it. Swipe for swipe, punch for punch, this guy was no joke! And after a few successful hits, I was pretty hurt. The time for messing around is over. Goodbye, Captain. Enjoy some sunbeam, why don't you? I did it! The captain is dead, and it looks like he dropped a telescope, a compass, and a map! I broke Sharky's cage. He's free! Let's get off this ghost ship, shall we? Day 100. Myself and Sharky are sailing home. With the wind on our side and the compass to guide us, we'll be back on dry land in no... Wait! Tony! I forgot him! Sorry, Sharky, we gotta go back. Prepare to